You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a weekly show, once a week, where two old guys play old games. And that is literally what we're doing on our latest list, where we are playing alphabetically through the games on the NES Classic, brought to you by Treasure Goblin Master Mold Mike Lanham.
Sponsored by.
He's
a sponsor.
That's totally straight up true.
Yeah, he's a sponsor. He's a sponsor. He just is.
And
him and Alex.
Yep. We are now in the K's, and we are playing today. Mm-hmm. Well, we played it, and we're going to talk about it. Mm-hmm. Kirby's Adventure.
I technically played it today.
That's just
fine. Yeah. It was like 1 a.m, but I played it.
Yeah. Your screen cap was so good when I saw about Kirby's Adventure, or the video of your Twitch
the clip
stream.
on Twitch. Yeah, I'll talk about that.
Warm my cold Grinchly heart.
Yeah.
It was sweet.
Your heart grew 3 times that day.
But I'm your bearded host, Tyler, and we have another sponsor.
Oh, we do?
Who wanted to feed the spicy boys, and that is Padawan Joey Webster.
Right.
As I'm very excited about this because I think you told me about this.
The Fuego box?
The Fuego box.
Yeah, the Fuego box.
So he had one shipped very quickly to us so we could get it in time to do it for the show.
They are not our sponsor.
No,
but
they are not.
If they wanted to be, like,
we're pretty good for it.
Yeah, we are pretty good for it. We're a pretty good fit, I feel like. So, but I'm not going to reach out to them. So if a whole bunch of people want to reach out to them, that'd be cool.
Oh, yep, I'm for that. I have not looked in this yet, so I'm going to open this up.
All right,
and see inside of it.
What is it? I have opened it. I know it's in there. I'm just going to let it be a secret.
It's for you. We at Fuego Box appreciate having you as a customer and hope your holidays are full of delicious food slathered in mind-blowing hot sauce. All right, because in here I see, this hot sauce. Oh, that is very exciting because I've seen this all over Reddit.
You've seen that hot sauce?
Yes, this hot sauce in particular all over the R Hot Peppers subreddit.
I didn't know that was a subreddit.
Everyone talks about this sauce.
What is it?
The Pex Peppers Pineapple Reaper and Pineapple Hot Sauce.
Did you say panel?
Also a subreddit. Pineapple, and it is a hornet that is half red and half black and white striped. Yeah, I've heard that this is one of the hottest pre-mix sauces you can get. I'm
really?
Very, very excited to try this.
Okay, let's do it.
So Pex Peppers Pineapple will show you just how flavorful extremely hot sauce can be. We combine pineapple, wild honey, and Reaper chili pepper to bring you the ultimate flavor in super hot chili sauces. There is a slightly sweet and mega spicy hot sauce.
Mega spicy. Mega spicy.
Taste the flavor of pineapple. Goes great on everything. Pizza, pork, and just use it on everything. Be careful, this is very hot.
Is that what it says?
Yep.
Pizza, pork, just use it on everything. It's fine.
Use it on everything.
Put it in your soda.
Fucking put up your ass, motherfucker. Put it on everything. Literally, pineapple. Be careful, it's very hot. Pex Peppers is not liable for the misuse of this hot sauce, even if it tastes great. Please refrigerate after opening. And it is on 11 out of 10 mouth on fire spicy on the max of their pexpeppers.com scale.
So it's the spiciest?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm ready to try it. So I have a question, or rather just a statement. How about that? I'll do it Dave style. It'll be a statement, not a question. That stuff doesn't scare me. Like I don't get scared by like the labels that are like, they always seem like zany comedians or something where it's like, watch out, this is really good burn your butthole. And then they have like zany like labels and stuff. Mm-hmm. Those don't scare me anymore because I've seen those for like ever, like since I was a child. What scares me are like the very generic looking ones that
Hot
just
sauce.
right that just say hot on it, and it's like, oh god, I don't know about that one. They don't have any imagery of like a skull and
We
crossbones.
need to dance for your approval, motherfucker. Hot sauce.
Yeah, exactly. There's actually just a bunch of dead flies around it. They're not on the label. They're literally just dead from the emanating capsaicin.
So I have some plain Triscuits for us to try the pineapple on.
Triscuits. All right.
Okay. Oh, no little nozzle on this to limit how much comes out.
No nozzle. Full on. It smells, yeah?
I can smell it from here.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's a big old dot you put on there. And I almost destroyed our soundboard with a almost entirely full Monster Energy drink.
Okay. Because this stuff looks...
Does smell hot.
It looks sort of like the Mayploy sweet chili sauce.
Mayploy?
Oh, that's the best sweet chili sauce.
Oh, yeah?
I love Mayploy. Okay.
You ready?
I've got this has some build up for me because I've seen it advertised for so long.
Okay. Yeah, like advertise on Reddit and stuff?
I feel like they have a Reddit account where they'll comment.
I got you.
But yeah, I see a lot of people talking about it.
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. That is hot.
It's good.
It is good.
Woo.
It is sweet.
I'm not using. Oh fuck.
You got milk?
Nope.
No.
Oh man, it's making me hiccup.
Yeah?
Yeah. This is fucking hot.
It is. It's good. It's good. It is really good. Man, I got to get a Fuego box subscription.
Oh man.
I've thought about it. And then with the gift set that my sister and future brother-in-law got me, I'm like almost convinced. I was like, not only was that like the best gift like my sister's ever given me in my life, but it's also like the best marketing for Fuego box ever.
Would you like another Triscuit?
No, I'm okay.
You're a stronger man than I.
No, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like eating a whole bunch of hot shit
I don't like Triscuits.
every day. Every day I eat hot sauce. Every day.
Supposed to be a good diet technique too.
Is it? Mm-hmm. That's how I keep my girlish figure.
Yeah. Like you don't eat as much of it. And there's things about it. I doubt it actually heightens your metabolism, but
No, it does. I've like every time I eat hot sauce, like I feel like a chakra gate opening. So like I've got like 4,000 of them open. It doesn't make me stronger. It just makes me like immune to disease.
So you haven't gotten sick yet, and the flu apocalypse
Everyone's
circling
sick.
our city.
Well, no, I will be sick though. Nikki was throwing up yesterday. Stomach bug that I think she picked up from Henry, which I managed to avoid when he had it. But she came down with it pretty bad.
Oh, there's one other thing in this Fuego box.
What is that? Miniature soaps.
It does look like miniature hotel soap. Oh man, my tongue is fucking on fire from that. I feel like that might be the hottest sauce I've had next to like the Reaper chips.
Yo, the Reaper chips. The Reaper chips were hotter than that.
They're hotter, yes. I feel like this is the closest thing I've had to that.
But the Reaper chips, I think the only reason those chips were hotter were because there was just so much dust on those chips. Like those chips were designed for like when you bite into them to just explode
fuck you up.
Dust in your mouth.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
what it
seriously.
did. That's what it did.
Because I mean, there wasn't like
It Peter North into my mouth as soon as you got into it.
No, there wasn't a millimeter of my mouth that wasn't full of hot powder. Hot powder is actually the porn parody of powder. I don't know if you knew that or not. Hot powder. They didn't try very hard.
So an albino guy comes in your mouth.
Yeah, right.
Willy Peach Chocolate Coco Loco. Dark chocolate with coffee beans infused with Carolina Reaper, Scorpion, and ghost peppers, topped with sea salt.
Let's do it.
A Fuego box exclusive.
This can't be that hot. It's chocolate. I mean, doesn't like dark chocolate cut spiciness?
It probably does.
And there's no way it's gonna be hotter than that hot sauce.
Oh yeah, no way.
It smells good. It smells like
it
spicy
does smell
coffee.
very good. Oh man, because my favorite coffee, Mayan mocha.
That's super good.
I'm getting heat off it
I
way
am too.
later,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it is late, but it is good.
It's good
And it
chocolate.
is. There is heat.
Oh.
There is heat to it.
oh man, it's like the chocolate has to melt off it 1st, and then you get that.
And that salt really helps too.
That is complex and very, very good.
I don't normally like dark chocolate. I like a poor man's fake ass milk chocolate. Or, God forbid, a white chocolate.
I like white chocolate. I get a lot of shit for that because I do like white chocolate.
I mean, it's not chocolate.
No,
but
technically it is not chocolate.
But it's still a thing that you can eat.
It's true.
Hey, man, what's your favorite kind of chocolate? Barbecue baked lays.
God, when those first came out, man, when they were KC Masterpiece baked lays, shit.
Dude, I can still eat an entire bag, like a real bag. You know, not like one of the little single serving bags.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a big bag.
That's the only chip that I can eat by itself and not have to have like a sandwich or something beside.
Oh man, I can do that. I can do. How about the original? Can you do, or is it specifically for you the barbecue baked lays?
Just the barbecue, like the plain ones. I need. I can do a whole bag if I have dip. If I have like sour cream and onion dip, but like just a bag of chips. I've never been like a guy who just sits there and eats a bag of chips.
Yeah.
But except for baked lays.
Oh, I can eat a bag of chips.
So can all of my children. We go through so many goddamn bags of chips.
Here at the chip house. So you're not gonna have Choco Chica? Try this?
Oh, that would kill her. This would absolutely kill her. Like, I'm trying to think of like anything. Like, what is it? This arrabbiata pasta sauce that has like just the slightest hint of red pepper flakes in it. Like, she will freak out over how hot that is. Like, none of them like anything remotely spicy. So if I were to take a bite out of that, she would melt down. She would cry and maybe never speak to me again.
You don't want to give her the option? And what if it's her decision? I mean, what if it's going to make her internet famous?
Well, it'll have to make us internet famous first.
Oh no, she needs to get She needs to get.
We'll ride
internet
on her
famous.
coattails.
Right? Yeah, exactly. 100%. 100%.
Oh man, Joey, thank you.
Yeah, man, that was really good.
Fuego Box lives up to its name.
That was really good,
man. I am so glad I did not think I'd get to try that. I've looked at the website; it's always sold out for those Pex Pepper, that sauce.
What I want to try is Ben Caruth told me about that Pepper X hot sauce.
Yeah.
That I guess is from that show, Hot Ones. Is that a show?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
A show.
Jacob loves that.
I've never seen that, but I've heard about it. But apparently it's from Hot Ones, and it's supposed to be like ludicrous hot.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I want to try some. I think he's going to bring some to the Louisville Arcade Expo.
Oh, hell yes.
AKA TADPOG Prom. So I don't know if I can wait. I've been tempted. It's like $20. I've been tempted to just pick up a bottle anyway because I know it'll last me. You know,
yeah.
A $20 bottle, like a regular sized bottle of hot sauce, will last me 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know it'll last.
Approximately 10 tacos.
No, man, more tacos than that. I do like it's probably about 15 tacos. I eat about 5 tacos a week is what I'm averaging.
Okay. It's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I use them on burritos too. You know those like shitty like dollar burritos?
Fuck yeah.
I coat those motherfuckers with hot sauce because it's like I can't taste how horrible it is if I put a quarter of a bottle on here.
That's why I think Melissa likes spicy stuff because she is very much a taster.
Oh yeah?
So like if there's something that she doesn't like but she has to eat it, like if the kids all want it, she doesn't want to get something, by herself. She has to eat whatever. She'll always put something hot on it because she will say, like, heat makes up for a lot of distaste.
Yeah. Yeah, you can cover up a lot with heat. I'm not a taster, and I think that's why I like I like spicy food so much because it's just like that I can taste. Like that is, I know people don't consider spicy a flavor, but I do.
I agree with you
because it's like it bothers me sometimes when it's like. People are like, oh, yeah, I like hot sauce, but I don't like it just for the heat. I want the flavor. And it's like, I get that. And I understand that. But I just want the heat, please.
But, man.
You going to make it?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You're good. You look good. You're not hiccuping.
I'm not hiccuping. That's the danger zone.
That's the sign. That's the sign that you've gone too far. You've Thelma and Louise.
That's close. I felt it coming for a second, but yeah, it's gone.
I don't see you sweating or anything.
I got some runs.
Yeah. Coming out of which hole?
Well,
all of them.
I know the other one is going to be very soon.
All the spicy holes.
Who are you?
Hey, I'm Dave.
Yeah.
What's up, Internet? I'm Dave, and I am here. I'm here to say that I love hot sauce in a major way. We've got this is a weird start to a show. It's very, very weird.
Yeah.
Very, very weird, and I don't know why. So sorry for the weirdness. We've got, a long time ago on this show, we talked about creepypasta. A really long time ago when Nicole was on. This was probably when we were recording in the NX2. And I know we shared some creepypasta stories. I have a real life creepypasta that was told to me by my wife, Nikki. This legitimately freaked her out.
Love it.
And this all started because one of the blankets fell off of the couch the other day, and it was straight up like I made a joke where it's like, that's just our house ghost. And the moment I said that, like her eyes got wide, and she's like, "Let me tell you a story." I was like, "All right, tell me a story. Tell me a story about a ghost. What are your experiences with ghosts?" She said, so this is her story, and I did get permission to tell this on the show, unlike when she farted and I thought someone knocked on the door. Which she hasn't brought up to me. Everyone's been very cool with not mentioning that to her.
Good job being a bro, TADPOG Nation.
So I'm just going to say it again. Just to tempt fate.
Just to remind everyone that probably forgot.
Just let's remind everybody who might have forgotten that recently Nikki farted and I thought someone knocked on the door because that's what it sounded like. So
no one wants to be your worst enemy yet.
No, I know. It's great. So the other night, she tucked Henry in, and I think this is on a recording night because I wasn't there. And she tucks him in, and we normally keep his closet light on. We don't have a night light in there, but we've got like a closet door with like the wooden slats in it. I don't know what you call that, but so a little bit of light. When we leave the light on in the closet, some of it comes out into his room so he can see. So that's just setting the scene a little bit. She's tucking him in, and he looks at her, and he says, "Mommy, I'm down there." And she just kind of looks at him like, "What?" And he looks at her again and says, "Mommy, I'm down there." And she looks, and he's pointing under the crib. She said, "What do you mean you're down there?" "I'm down there." And he points, and she does not want to look under the crib. So like she's like already getting freaked out. Like, so she's like, well, okay.
Good luck with that. Bye.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she's like trying to look for a way out. And then like he gives her the out and he says, "Mommy, turn the closet light off, please." And she's like, "Okay, I will turn the closet light off," which is a rare request. He never wants the light off. So she opens the closet door, she turns the light off, and then he immediately says, this is just him being him, "Mommy, turn the light on." So she turns it back on. She says, "Okay, good night. I've tucked you in. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow." And she opens the door. And when she opens the door, Henry says, "Goodbye, both of you."
Damn.
Yeah, and I was like, so she's telling the story, and I was like, you just got trolled. Our son straight up trolled you. He read your reaction when he said, "Mommy, I'm down there," and was like, I know it's going to get her. When she opens the door, I'm going to say, "Goodbye, both of you."
That's pretty good.
The only other explanation I can have is that maybe he was drunk.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. He does put him back like his nightcap.
Yeah, he gets pretty drunk. pretty easy. He's a lightweight.
It's good. It's good to get him baby drunk. It's very inexpensive.
He does eat. Speaking of, we had hot sauce. He does eat hot sauce with me. He was dipping some lettuce in the hot sauce.
I remember you telling. Yeah.
Oh, did I say that on the show?
Did.
Sorry, I'm repeating Babby stories. Sorry about that, everybody.
That's what we do.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like those are just the stories I have now. You know?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, it's when we first started this, like I had stories about like shitting myself and stuff like that. And it's like, that well done run dry years ago. Only thing I got to talk about now, work.
I won't be finger blasting any more 25-year-olds. It's all about.
Well, hold on. Let's not give up. That sounds like quitting words, and I don't like that one bit. All my stories now are like work, streaming, or Henry stories. Like that's it. There's nothing in there unless like I get in a car accident or something. Unless there's like an emergency situation.
When we start having to do that for numbers.
Oh yeah, like swerving off the road. Yeah. Picking up hitchhikers just to see what happens. Hey,
just
mister.
Getting a Tinder profile just for stories.
Oh yeah, just for the goofs. Yeah, just for the goofs. I'm gonna go to that weird bathroom I saw with the hole in the wall. Just for goofs.
And yeah, it looks like a quality, but they have good toilet paper there. That's where I go.
Just to see what happens. They've got the weirdest wet toilet paper in the world.
That I just love it when it's clearly been wet and then dried out and then run back onto the roll. Love it.
Oh yeah, it's the best. And it's weird because right above the hole it just says it just says wiping station. I don't know what you call that glory hole, but there's no glory in it. The inglory hole. The inglorious hole.
The inglorious hole.
Yeah. That's what it is. All holes must be licked. Also, I have a very exciting news. More exciting than my son trolling my wife. And that is I beat Kid Icarus.
That was pretty fucking awesome to see.
And that was fun. But I knew that was going to happen. Like, that was one where it's like, this is a hard game. But, like, I know, like, it's well crafted. I know if I put my mind to it, I could beat this. So I beat that on the TADPOG Twitch stream. And then something else happened that I totally didn't expect. I beat the fucking second quest of Ghosts and Goblins finally.
It's
finally.
happening.
It is. Yes, it's happening. Yeah, right. I forgot about that clip. That's what I repeat like over and over and over again.
It's happening.
It did happen. And because of that, my official personal theme song for that weekend was P. Diddy's Bad Boy for Life. So I apologize to everybody in my household who heard that like for at least an hour a day for the weekend.
I mean, straight up beating those two games, I feel like that makes you an NES heavyweight. Like that's some impressive shit.
I gotta start speedrunning Ghosts and Goblins now.
Yeah, you do.
Clearly. That's the only thing. That's the only thing left. I know. It's like
the fourth thing you'll start talking about is speedrunning Ghosts and Goblins.
I know. Yeah, I've got 4 things I can talk about. Exactly. And then I'll start playing Silver Surfer. And
fuck.
I am super tempted to play that game
Man.
now. I'll be horrible at it. I mean, that Silver Surfer is like, not only is it like punishingly hard, but it's also not a genre I'm good at.
It's absolute bullshit. Like I tried that game for every like 5-10 minutes. It is fucking,
same here.
Dumb.
Yeah, same here. But I'm dumb, and I'm dumb, so I'm a good match for it because I like things when people are like, "Oh, you'll never finish that." I'll show you, motherfucker. I will finish Silver Surfer. That is not a commitment. I'd like to put a little asterisk behind there. That is not a commitment for me to finish Silver
Not official
Surfer.
commitment.
Yeah, not yet. Dave does not approve of this message.
You want to talk about this Kirby's Adventure thing?
Yes, I would love to talk about Kirby's Adventure
this
thing.
adventurous thing?
Yeah, I do. It is very adventurous.
I'm not going to ask you if you heard it. Just like, you want to read it?
Did I hear? Do I want to read from Wikipedia?
You want to read from Wikipedia?
You can ask me if I heard it.
Did you hear that, Dave?
I miss it. Yeah,
Do
I miss
you?
it. Yeah, I complained
Okay.
about it, but I miss
Okay.
it. Yeah, I
Okay.
do. I miss it. We got like no segue into it anymore.
That's
And
true.
that is not a good
Yeah,
scene.
we can just have awkward silence if you want.
Yeah, you just
Until
want
you
to sit
feel like
here-
there's no other barrier. Like the only thing you can say is the read from Wikipedia.
Like it's the only way out.
Yeah.
Like it's the only way the
Like
conversation
we're just sit
can
there in
progress.
silence and just
I read something on Wikipedia today. Would you like to hear it?
yeah, okay, cool.
Of course I hear that. Of course I hear that meek apology from me. Which of course leads into a section that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Okay, guys, Kirby's Adventure is a 1993 action platform video game developed by HAL Laboratory. It was developed in a laboratory by Malcolm's dad.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And it's published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It is the second game in the Kirby series after his debut on the Game Boy, and it's the first to include the copy ability, which that ability shows up in every Kirby game, as far as I know. Well, not Kirby's Dream Course, because that doesn't count.
Nope.
Like, even as a video game. That is honestly, like, that was developed for Guantanamo Bay. Kirby's Dream Course was. Like, Malcolm's dad invented that to torture people in just the worst prison.
Like Sleepwalking Hal, yeah, invented that.
Yeah, Sleepwalking Hal. It is Kirby's Adventure is the only NES game in the Kirby series, which was released on the NES. And it came out fucking late on
I
the NES.
had no idea how late this came
Oh
out.
boy. I remember seeing commercials for Kirby's Adventure when I was a kid and thinking they still make I called it a Nintendo. They still make Nintendo games as opposed to a Super Nintendo because like the Super Nintendo at this point had been out, I think, for like 2 years.
2 years, yep.
So I thought that was nuts and never played it. I never played this game. Honestly, up until I played it for the show, I kind of thought it was just a port of Kirby's Dream Land. It's not. It is not at all. I shouldn't say very different, but you know, there's variations on that formula. The game centers around Kirby. He travels across Dreamland to repair the Star Rod after King DDD, the big penguin boy, as we like to call him, breaks it apart and gives the pieces to his minions. Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's it.
Oh, I also want to, because people asked us about last episode.
Yeah.
Did Kid Icarus belong on the NES Classic?
Yeah, I had that as like a corrections segment. Because Douglas, formerly of Better Made, called us out, rightfully so, and said we forget a segment. One of his favorite segments, I think he said, which is at the end, we just say, does this game belong in the NES Classic? So let's do that right now for Kid Icarus.
Yep.
Tyler, does Kid Icarus belong in the NES Classic?
Yeah,
what do you think?
Absolutely.
Yes?
Yep, absolutely.
Why do you think so?
Because I feel like it's different, it's well done, it's prolific on the Nintendo. There's nothing else really like it
And
that I've seen.
Better than Balloon Fight.
It's better than Balloon Fight.
And I don't know, man. Maybe better than Donkey Kong Jr. I know I'm going to get some hate for that, but
Yeah.
I mean those are arcade classics. But I don't know, man. Kid Icarus, I agree with you. I think that belongs on the NES Classic. The only ones, honestly, I haven't had a game yet on the NES Classic that I don't think belongs on there.
Ice Climbers? Did you say you thought it would? Thought it did?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember what you said. I remember I don't think it should be, but
I don't think Ice Climber is the strongest game on there.
no.
I think it could have been. I think this is what I said about it. Let's play a game called Dave tries to remember what he said about a thing a couple weeks ago.
The game we all lose.
Yeah, I know, right? I'll roll back the Ice Climber tape and we'll get to the bottom of it. Here's what I probably said about Ice Climber. Something better could have been on there.
Yep. Yeah.
And
I feel like you're right.
Something better could have been on there.
I feel like you are right in that you said that, and I completely agree with you.
Yeah. All right. So maybe I was wrong. Ice Climber doesn't belong on there.
But do you want to go ahead and do Kirby's Adventure? Do you want to get that out there so we don't forget it? Or do you mean to make it? Or you make a note right here to make sure we don't
No,
forget
it's
it?
fine.
We can do it later.
No, we got it. What do you think about Kirby? What did you think about Kirby's Adventure? Do you think it belongs on?
I think this is one of the
NES list?
crowning achievements of the NES, so it absolutely belongs on the list.
All right, tell me why. I mean, I agree with you. I don't know if I would call it a crowning achievement, but I do think it definitely belongs on the NES Classic.
Because I feel like it's late in the NES lifespan.
Yeah.
From what I was reading up about it, it's basically the swan song for the NES. So at this point, they had perfected working with this hardware, and I think it shows.
It is the largest NES cartridge. I mean, not physically. I mean, it's a giant.
3 times the size.
It's like a vinyl record. I don't know how I'm going to get this in my NES.
You have a special adapter to play it.
Right. It was made for the new NES, which if Nintendo followed their conventions that they do now, back then, there totally would have been a new Nintendo Entertainment System with one extra button that is necessary to play like 4 games.
Yep. God.
I hate the new 3DS bullshit. Like that bugged the fuck
Just
out
a little
of me.
nubbin up there. You need it.
You don't need it for some games, but they will be impossible to play without it.
Yeah,
I mean, it'll
very
run.
frustrating.
It'll run. The whole like mid-console cycle thing, I'm not a fan of.
No, I don't. Oh, not at all.
Not a
Not
fan.
at all.
I don't like it.
Xbox One X.
Don't like it.
No.
Don't
fuck
like
that.
it.
Nah, fuck that shit. But the way this game looks, the way it sounds,
Yeah.
the way it plays, I think it's innovative. The only complaint that I really have about it is that I feel like it's too easy.
It's a bit of a baby game.
Which at the same time, for me, that's a little bit of a welcome change from the normal,
From Ghosts and Goblins and Kid
Yeah.
Icarus and
the way most Nintendo games are. Like
Right.
this is a nice this game's just fun. It's not frustrating or taxing. It's fucking fun.
I finished the game, but I haven't 100%ed it. I would like to do that. I'm very close to doing it, but I needed to go to bed last night. And finding some of the secrets is hard. Like I feel like if there is a challenge in Kirby's Adventure, that is the challenge: finding the secrets. Because there are some that are very obtuse that I probably would have taken me, a lot longer if I hadn't been getting help.
Because I was in your
Twitch chat.
stream when Ego Guy Games was telling you about having to spit a warp star onto a warp star to make the warp star despawn.
Yeah.
That's that's kind of shit I would have never.
But yeah, and that's not part. That's the find an Easter egg. which is really cool. And I never would have found this without somebody telling me. But yeah, you're exactly right. You have to like despawn a warp star in one of the first levels of the game. And when you despawn that warp star, you can walk past it. And the Easter egg is a room that spells out HAL, H-A-L in blocks. And that's pretty much it. That's your Easter egg. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I thought it was kind of cool, but I would have been okay missing it. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Neat is very, very neat with a period. Is very apt description. But yeah, I didn't. And something that I thought was interesting is he told me that that Easter egg has reappeared in like every Kirby game since. So that's cool. I feel like that's one of Nintendo's strengths is kind of building a tradition around their games without being like encumbered by those traditions that they make.
Yep.
Because it's like, I mean, if I miss a HAL room in a Kirby game, it's not the end of the world. But it's cool, you know? It's
cool
like,
that it's there.
yeah, it's a thing that's in every game. That's neat.
It's like the Chris Houlihan room in Link to the Past.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But so when I was playing through this, it's like, have I played this one before? And I think what I had played was Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland for the DS.
Which is a remake. I think that's Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
They did a 3DS remake, I think, because they re-released this game like twice. The first time was, Nightmare in Dreamland. And from what I've never played it, but from what I've heard, it's pretty much the same game, but they make a few changes to it.
Yeah, I think it looks more like Super Nintendo Kirby.
Yeah.
But I really like the NES style. I like the small sprites, and I don't know, there's some stuff I think the NES really does right. And I like small sprites that move quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when we were talking about the SNES games, I feel like that was usually like one of us would complain about if we didn't like a game, or one of the things we wouldn't like are these giant sprites that move slowly across a screen. Because it just felt like they were trying to, I don't know, I guess they were trying to emulate arcade games at the time, which had, big sprites and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know. I'm with you. I prefer like the small, quick stuff like Ghosts and Goblins, Kid Icarus, Super Mario Brothers, all that. So, but I do feel like Super Mario World breaks that. I mean,
absolutely, 100%.
Because those aren't giant sprites and stuff like that.
But I think all the Mario games, none of them are guilty of what I'm talking about. Like they're all,
but a lot of beat 'em ups for sure.
Oh yes, and a lot of like third-party, smaller developer platformers are fall into that huge, slow-moving sprite thing.
I agree with you as far as Kirby goes. I think this is probably the best looking NES game that I've ever played. It is also this really, I don't know. This is probably just a personal thing, but I have never played a game on the NES that has emotionally affected me the way that this game did. And that sounds really dumb, but it's like this game affected me more emotionally than like almost the same level as when I played through The Walking Dead season 1. And it's for completely different reasons. I mean, it was just one of those things where it's like I stumbled upon a love letter to one of my favorite Game Boy games ever.
Yeah,
Kirby's Dream Land.
I got to watch that clip too.
Dude, Kirby's Dream Land, like I remember playing, because like for the longest time, I had just portable gaming consoles, because my parents didn't really like gaming consoles. They didn't like video games, but they let me have the portable ones because we took a shitload of road trips and they didn't want me fucking bothering them.
Here, it's a shut you up toy.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I'd always have like, we'd go on like 9-hour drives to my grandmother's house, and I'd be in the back seat with like a bandolier of AA batteries that I'm going through with my Game Gear and my Game Boy and stuff like that. And of course, I had the gigantic, stupid fucking flashlight thing that goes on the Game Boy and stuff like that, the magnifier. But I loved Kirby's Dream Land, and I haven't played it in ages. Like, dude, I haven't played Kirby's Dream Land since I was a kid, but I have like very fond memories of playing that not only on the road, but like in my house, like for some okay, Kirby's Dream Land and Ren and Stimpy are like married in my mind forever, because I remember one of my favorite things to do as a kid was play Kirby's Dream Land while Ren and Stimpy was playing on a television. I loved Ren and Stimpy. I loved all the like the early Nicktoons and shit like that. So I played a shitload of Kirby's Dream Land. There is a level in this game which it's in the last level.
I think it's the last, the very last level.
It's the last level. It's the last door before the fight with DDD. And you open the door. The game's all in color. It's it's an NES game. You open the door, and it's the Kirby's Dream Land music, and it's black and white. It's like a reverse Wizard of Oz. Like instead of Dorothy opening the door into the world of color, it's like going back to the world of black and white. And dude, like that made me feel more than any fucking game that I have played. Game of the year, 2018, Kirby's Adventure. Because that game,
just the last level.
Just the last, yeah, right? Yeah, that's the best level of the year.
Where you're pink on a world of grayscale, but yes.
Oh, man. Yeah, because Kirby does remain pink. You're right. But I mean, it was an amazing recreation. It's kind of like a medley of Kirby's Dreamland levels, and I thought it was really a really nice touch.
Yeah, I did not know that was there. So whenever I saw that clip of you, I was like, man, that is a nice touch.
And what's crazy is that wouldn't have had nearly the impact on me if I had played this game in 1993. If I had played this game in 1993, I would have been like, oh, that's cool. But like cut to 2018 and it's like, holy shit, how did I not know that this was a thing? Mm-hmm. Like one of my favorite Game Boy games is like essentially gets its dick sucked in Kirby's Adventure. And it's a beautiful sucking.
It's so good.
It's beautiful. It's too short.
Yeah, the best ones are.
Yeah, I disagree. But I loved it. I thought it was amazing, and I thought it was a really. It's just one of those. Kirby's Adventure is just one of those games that I feel like they really cared about it. They really cared about it when they're making it.
Yeah,
and it does look beautiful. It looks gorgeous. I don't mean this as a slight. I mean this as a compliment. I think Kirby's Adventure reminds me of a Game Boy Advance game or a Game Boy, or I'm sorry, rather like a Game Boy Color game.
Yeah.
By that I mean it's like I'm not constantly dealing with like sprite flickering or anything like that. Everything pretty much looks the way that it should. It doesn't look glitchy like a lot of like early NES games, or kind of like I feel like the programmers are like, well, we can kind of see it. You can kind of see.
No, it's fine. Like he's there and he disappears and he's there. It's fine.
But yeah, it's no big deal. Oh, that
he jumps, half of him's gone. It's
right.
Fine.
Yeah, exactly. That bullet that you definitely need to see before it hits you. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. It just depends on what frame it. You'll figure it out. Good luck, kids.
Yeah, I mean, it suffers from some slowdown. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, totally.
So, I mean, I feel like, this game shows off the NES.
Yeah, totally.
So, I mean, I loved it. All the power-ups, because I don't know if we need to talk. We've done Kirby 64.
Yeah,
we've done sort of to break down what Kirby games are about.
We've done a bunch of Kirby games, and I feel like everybody listening knows that Kirby games are a game where you play a pink puffball and you swallow enemies. And
you're an amoeba.
And yeah, you're an amoeba. I hear that Kirby is a star. Shrug. I don't know. Amoeba makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Absorbs the enemy, breaks them down.
Amoebas can also break off little nubblies to grab things like Kirby can.
Oh, really?
Because Kirby doesn't like form fingers and grasp anything. It sticks to him. So amoebas do that as well.
Well, he's an amoeba.
So they inhale and break down DNA and absorb beneficial parts of whatever they inhale.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is an amoeba.
With weird feet.
By that token, I guess Meta Knight is also an amoeba.
Meta Knight is certainly an amoeba. He's the Nega amoeba.
He's always like, he is the proto man to Kirby's Mega Man. Like, I've always been like, who the fuck is this guy? Who is Meta Knight? What is he? Why is he here? But I love the Meta Knight. The battle with Meta Knight in this game, I thought was fucking good.
It's amazing. It is the best boss fight in the game because it's a sword fight. Mm-hmm. You get a sword, you pick up a sword, and when you pick the sword up, Meta Knight like falls from the ceiling, and you have a sword battle. Mm-hmm. And it's like it doesn't play like the rest of the game. It's weird because it kind of does, because one of Kirby's copy abilities, which is super important because this is the game that the copy ability was introduced. Which a copy ability is Kirby eats an enemy and then gains the power of that
It wasn't
enemy.
in Dreamland?
It was not in Dreamland.
Oh.
And it's kind of weird because it's like I'm gonna sound like a get off my lawn type guy, but it's like I like, because I love Dreamland so much, I like the old style of Kirby where it's like there's no copy ability. All you do is eat an enemy and then they turn into a star, and then you use that star, you spit that star out as a projectile. That's essentially the mechanic in Kirby's Dreamland. That and flying, where he sucks in air and then he flies. And of course that stays in Kirby's Adventure. But so they added the copy ability in this game, major feature, and the sword ability is one of the copy abilities that you can get. There's like over 20 copy abilities, I think. Sword is one of them, so you're kind of familiar with using a sword in the game. Because if you swallow a knight with a sword, a sword pops out, and then Kirby's little flipper nub holds onto it, and you swing a sword. So you're already used to that, but you've never really been provided one and expected to use one in a boss fight. So this is a very different kind of feel, and it's like you have to constantly get behind Meta Knight and hit him, so you're maneuvering while he's trying to hit you with his sword. It's very, very cool.
And
very
he has
exciting.
the little maneuver that is what always fucking gets me in Smash Brothers is Link's like downward sword thrust maneuver. Meta Knight's got that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very cool battle.
I'm so glad you brought up Smash Brothers because it's so weird that I have spent most of my time with Kirby in Smash Brothers that I get weirded out when I have to use the copy ability because I'm just used to...
You just press down and A and turn into a stone.
It turned into a stone, right? Yeah, using the stone ability. And it's like, it fucks with my mind because I have to tell myself, no, man, that's just something in Smash Brothers. You have to eat a stone enemy in order to turn into stone in this game.
What are some of your favorite copy abilities in this?
Dude, the UFO is the best.
The UFO is fucking that's God mode.
Hands down. And it's a really rare copy ability.
Because I had no idea until I was going back through everything this time. And I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, UFO is the best. Because it's like you eat a UFO and then Kirby is inside it. And then
the game turns into Gradius,
darling. It turns into the Gradius, essentially. I'm done with the Gradius. It makes it a Gradius style where it essentially gives you 3 copy abilities in one. Because it gives you beam, like laser beam, which is a regular copy ability. It gives you, it gives you laser and beam, which are 2 different things. And it gives you the ability to just make a star appear as if you swallowed an enemy and then spit them out. And it allows you to fly and not float around like Kirby normally does, straight up.
Perfect fast maneuverability.
Yes, very much flying. Yeah. So UFO
fly per the D&D spell.
Yes, right. It provides you with 80 feet per round with what kind of maneuverability? Perfect maneuverability. All right, excellent.
UFO's the best. Behind that, I love Sword. Sword just feels good.
Cutter is really good. Cutter's one of my favorites too, where you essentially throw a boomerang. Anything that is thrown like that, I don't know why. I like it. I think it's because Cutter's fast, and it kind of harkens back to Kirby's Dreamland, where you're just spitting stars out because you're just throwing a thing out. You know what I mean?
Parasol, I feel like is also very good.
Yeah.
It functions sort of like Sword, but you can also feather fall with it.
And block things from up above. Yeah, it's really good when you have to vertically platform.
I think besides UFO, I like Sword better, but besides UFO, I feel like it's the most adaptable, has the most uses of all its powers.
I like Hammer.
Yes.
Hammer, I found, is necessary for finding secret areas. For a lot of secret areas.
Because I didn't branch too much into that at all. I was just let's just get this shit done.
Yeah. There are a lot of blocks that you have to hit specifically with the hammer. There are a few other things Zelda style, Link to the Past style, where you have to hammer spikes into the ground and shit like that to get secret areas and stuff like that. I like that. And of course I like Stone, but I think Stone is weak in this game.
It's not like it's in Smash Brothers.
No, because in Smash Brothers, Stone is where it's at. Or eating somebody and walking off the stage. That is my favorite thing to do in Smash Brothers. When I realize that I've lost, for sure, it's just well, let's just start ruining people's days.
Let's start testing friendships.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, I love that, like in Kirby and like Smash Brothers, because I obviously am not great at Smash Brothers. It's fun because it's like, it's a great turtling strategy because it's like,
You're really good at Smash Brothers. It's usually me and you left whenever we're playing with a bunch of people.
God, no, it is
a lot
not.
of times.
You are much better at Smash Brothers than I am. But I love it because it's like, it's a great turtling strategy because it's like, I mean, you can come at me if you want, but I'm standing right on the ledge. You're going to get close. I'm going to suck you. I'm going to suck you real good. And then I'm going to walk off.
I'm going to sit here and keep sucking until someone comes in my mouth.
Thank you, Cockmaster Ashley Shake. That's a deep cut.
Crash is fun, but you don't get it very often. It's just a one-time use.
Yes, Crash is awesome. You usually get off of like a mini boss or something, which is like a screen clear. And the animation is really cool too, because like it seems like Kirby just like multiplies and then he's like a Bebe's kid. He multiplies and then he bounces all around the screen, killing everything. Mike is very similar. The microphone. Right, which is a classic, I feel like, the mic is. And that's kind of like a baby Crash, but you get to use it 3 times, so that's cool. There's a glitch that you can exploit, I hear, which gives you 255 uses of mic.
Let's see. I love the boss fights.
Yeah.
And like just about every level. Like I feel like the most iconic being the first one in Wispy
Woods that they use over and over again.
Yep.
I loved fighting Wispy Woods this time because like I expected it. I knew who he was. Like I knew as soon as I went to the boss door and I see like the treetops, I'm like, okay, it's Wispy Woods. And I remember I had like the sword ability.
I watched you do that.
I love just.
Will sword work out? Yep.
Yeah, just walk right up to him, just dash up and.
He didn't even get a chance to drop any shit on you.
The dash, that's also a great thing. I love that mechanic. I love games, I love platformers and fighters and brawlers where double tapping a direction makes you dash that direction. I prefer that over a run button.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Super Mario Brothers game. That's my stipulation.
Oh, yeah.
Just
That'd
because
be hard to wrap
I
my head
can't
around.
imagine playing a Super Mario Brothers game where I don't hold down the B button to run.
Constantly.
Right, yeah. No, I mean, you just might as well tape that motherfucker down. Yeah.
Let's see the artist enemy where there are 4 canvas on easels and he's drawing the enemies that you have to absorb.
He's on roller skates.
Yeah.
Paint Roller is his name. Yeah. That is a cool fight because he paints an ability essentially on the canvas and then you can eat that ability and copy it.
The sun, fighting the sun and the moon. I thought that was very cool.
Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. Yep. That's another one I felt like I just cheesed the fuck out of because I rolled into that one with sword again, I think, and it was just like...
Get behind him.
Yeah, essentially. So I don't really know how to do that boss fight if I don't have a weapon.
Let's see. Of course, Meta Knight is my favorite. I feel like DDD himself was pretty easy.
DDD didn't really change from Dreamland.
Yeah.
So he just does his normal thing. And then there's a boss after DDD. Spoilers. We didn't set up the story for this game.
Okay. Please do.
We kind of did, but it's like one of those things. I think I wanted to bring it up specifically because I know this is a pet peeve of yours. Because in narratives, and I agree with you, you've mentioned it before, this game suffers from a trope called communication kills. And that is a trope where if one character had just said one sentence to another character, the whole narrative wouldn't have even needed to happen. Because the way it's set up is the people in Dreamland, the citizens of Dreamland, stop having dreams, and that can only mean one thing. That something's fucked up with the Star Rod in the Spring of Dreams. So Kirby's like, I'm on this shit. I'm going to go check it out. He goes to check it out. Who is taking a bubble bath in the Spring of Dreams or the Fountain of Dreams? DDD. None other than DDD.
Who pissed in the lemonade? DDD.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So DDD has taken the Star Rod, split it into 7 pieces, and given 1 piece to each of his friends.
Really, it's an allegory for 2018 America.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
DDD and his billionaire friends.
Just fucking taking a luxurious bubble bath in everyone's dreams.
Well, I'm going to poke a hole in your theory. DDD is likable.
Yeah, he is a playable character in Smash Brothers. People are like, yeah, I want to play DDD.
And from this point forward, I feel like DDD is kind of like a shaky ally of Kirby's. Because like in Dreamland, he was very much the villain of that story. But as it's discovered in Adventure, DDD split that rod up for a reason. That reason being is a gentleman who looked a lot like Count Dracula from Castlevania to me. That's how he looks like to me. Is trying to invade Dreamland, and DDD broke the rod up to prevent him from coming. He's a denier. He's a Dracula orgasm denier. So DDD didn't tell Kirby this. Kirby just like decided, I guess, to just go beat up DDD's friends and take their millions of dollars away from them.
Kirby doesn't have ears. We don't know that DDD didn't tell him.
Well, that is true. That is true. DDD does not know sign language, nor does he have the fingers to properly
just two
sign.
digits. You can't really do much with that.
Like I like to think that Kirby was trying, like DDD was trying to tell Kirby, and like he was just signing so bad that Kirby was like, "Purple monkey dishwasher."
These aren't mittens. These are my hands, Kirby. I can't.
Oh, did you know that DDD's not a penguin?
He's not.
He's a flipper baby.
Oh, what?
A flipper baby.
Okay.
You're familiar with a flipper baby?
No.
You're not familiar with a flipper baby?
Not at all.
I'll show you some images.
Okay.
Yeah. A flipper baby is essentially a baby that instead of born with arms, is born with flippers.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. Like the crab people. Okay.
Yeah, like the crab people. Yeah, exactly.
Because, well, playing this, like I didn't know the story, so now that you explain it to me, like I get it. Playing it, I thought it was like fucking Deus Ex Machina, just something you never heard of, just fucking swooping out after the end.
Oh yeah, it totally feels like that. I mean, the story's weak. The story's like the weakest thing in the game, I think. It just kind of feels like here's a reason to play this platformer. Is a story we've constructed, and then they kind of Deus Ex Machina, like you said, kind of at the end swoop in, and it's like, oh, DDD is not the final villain. The final villain is Nightmare.
Yeah, because you fight DDD and then a ball of stars. You get the star rod.
Yes.
So it's like Little Nemo in that regard.
Yeah, it is like Little Nemo.
I feel like this game does look a little like Little Nemo.
Yeah, it's not as... I love Little Nemo. Little Nemo is one of my favorite NES games, but Little Nemo looks jankier than Kirby's
Oh, yeah, it was a lot
Adventure.
earlier. That's
right.
true.
And I mean, that game like definitely suffers from like sprite flicker and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't fault the game for that, but I mean, I do have to like, when I sit down and compare them, because I played both of those games recently, and it's like, dude, no, there is no other NES game that looks as good as Kirby's Adventure. Like, there's no comparison. The only one I say that might contend is Punch Out, is Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Okay.
Just because I think Mike Tyson's Punch Out is so simple that it is really easily reproduced like on screen, and it's like those sprites are big, but they're big for a reason.
Yeah.
And they're beautifully drawn. So yeah, I'd say that's probably my only contender for best looking NES game.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, because I just went level for level. I didn't go into any of the other doors. So see, there's like two battle axes over a door.
That's the arena.
What are those?
Okay, so there are special stages in this game. So I think this is really cool. Every level is essentially a large room with doors. The doors that are there when you first get there all lead to stages within that room, within that lobby. So as you progress, you can find buttons and secret doors that reveal other parts of the room. So like the walls will collapse and you'll see, oh, there's another door here. Like an arena is one of those. Like the rooms that have the battle axes crossed above them are arenas. You go in and you fight one of the mini bosses in the game, which is optional. You don't have to do it, but if you beat that mini boss, you get a Maxim tomato, which is the power up in the game that restores your life. And you can also copy that mini boss's ability, which is a big deal because mini bosses have the best abilities to copy.
Yes.
Like that's where you can get the hammer ability. That's where you can get the throw ability. Like I think one of the Beatles has throw, which is pretty rare on its own outside of a mini boss. There's also, I think it's called body slam, or it might just be slam, which is when we were talking about copy abilities earlier. I should have mentioned this because you essentially do the Saban suplex, where you use the slam ability, and Kirby grabs the enemy, grapples them, jumps up into the air with them, and then slams down on the ground and they die, which I think is amazing. Fireball is another one that you can pick up. Fireball is great. I can't believe I didn't mention it earlier either, because you essentially turn into a fireball that shoots,
jets across the screen.
Right, exactly. And that's amazing for like maneuverability and stuff like that. So that's what the arena is all about. There's also rooms where you can go in and get extra lives. Like, for instance, and these are hilariously dumb. Like, there's a room you go in and DDD throws eggs at Kirby, and you try to eat the eggs, but he also throws bombs at Kirby, and you try not to eat the bombs. Don't eat the bombs. If you eat the bombs, it's not a game over, but it's the bonus stage is over, and you get booted out. If you eat enough eggs, you get an extra life. There's also a mode. There's a shootout bonus room.
That happens in real life too.
Oh yeah, that's how I buy my eggs at the farmer's market.
That's what they're trying to do in Cool Hand Luke.
Oh yeah, if my boy says he can eat 50 bombs, my boy can eat 50 bombs, which is probably the most iconic scene in Cool Hand Luke, but the one I remember from childhood is where that woman is washing the car and rubbing her titties on the window. Her soapy titty meat.
She knows exactly what
she knows what she's doing. Yeah, she does. Which is, I'm so happy that that is a GIF that I frequently run across when I'm like trying to find a GIF reaction that involves the word titties. It's like, yes, Cool Hand Luke staying relevant in 2018. Love Cool Hand Luke. It's my dad's favorite movie, so I watched it a lot. So yes, I don't know how we got there. Oh, buying eggs. There is another bonus stage.
Of course, that's how it gets.
Of course it is, naturally. There's another bonus stage called Shootout, where it essentially works like you're Cowboy Kirby, not to be confused with Cowboy Curtis.
Yeah.
Right? But it's still played by Morpheus. Don't worry. Kirby copies Morpheus and then puts on a cowboy hat. And so anyway, Kirby has a cowboy hat and a gun. And whenever it says fire, you press the B button and Kirby draws a gun and fires. And the idea is to shoot before the enemy shoots. And you go through several different mini bosses until you get to DDD, who I never beat ever. I was never fast enough. And if you do well enough, you get extra lives there too. And then there is the third one is a claw machine.
I'll watch you do this one.
Which is very straightforward. You just hold down a button and a claw hand moves across the screen and you let go. And it tries to pick up a big Kirby or a small Kirby that's in there. And those give you extra lives too. They really do give you a lot of opportunity to farm extra lives.
Yeah, you don't necessarily always need them, but...
Which I think that is, like, Kirby is... I don't mean to sound... I'm not trying to give it shit, but Kirby is like baby's first platformer. I mean, it just is. I feel like they're designed to be enjoyable, but not particularly challenging.
Yeah. No, I think like this is something I think if I want to start Ken off playing some games, like this would be one of them. Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's a great choice.
She would love the way it looked and sounds, and she also just loves watching me play games.
Yeah.
Because like whenever I was playing through Final Fantasy, she's like, "This is my favorite game."
Nice.
I like that one at the top. The fighter.
Yeah. Is it because the fighter's named Datey?
Anybody with red hair in any game, she's like, "That's my favorite."
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's because you have red hair.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. The child therapist says it's because she likes people with their heads on fire. So that's pretty much it as far as like the bonus levels go. There are museums as well, which are kind of nice because a museum, when you unlock a museum, you can go in and on display are enemies that you can eat and copy. Mm-hmm. So it's nice where it's like, it's especially nice when you're trying to find the secrets because you're like, fuck, I need stone. I need a copy of stone ability. And I don't know where any of them are on any of these levels, but I do remember I unlocked one museum that had a stone enemy. So I'll go there and swallow him and then re-enter this door to try to get this secret. So that's neat. And I feel like other people who like exploratory games like that more than me because it's fine. I'm okay with it, but it kind of touches on that like Metroid, Zelda kind of
Gives you a
like,
little bit of replay value.
it's I like the replayability, but I guess I don't know. It feels like one of those things. I get annoyed when it's like, oh, I need the hammer for this, and I can't get the hammer on this level, so I have to leave and I have to go get a hammer from another level, come back, pray that I don't get fucking hit on the way to the place that I need to use the hammer. Because when you get hit, when you've copied an ability, you lose that ability. Which is usually not a huge problem because you lose it by essentially pooping a star out. And you can usually re-swallow that star and get the ability back.
But you know Kirby hates doing that. It's got to be gross.
Yeah, well...
It's like eating your vomit.
Yeah, totally. We had a good conversation in Twitch chat, and that was, does Kirby have a butthole, or does he just have one multi-purpose hole, which is his mouth and his butthole?
Oh, what is that called?
I do not know, but I know the multi-purpose vent port on like birds and stuff is the cloaca.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to think of.
And I learned something. The mammals are the oddballs. We are the ones that don't have cloacas. Birds have cloacas. Reptiles have cloacas. What's up? What gives? I don't know. Insects probably don't, because insects are fucking aliens as far as I'm concerned. Like, that's where they came from. Like, that is evidence that aliens exist, alien life forms exist, because there's no other explanation for bugs.
What?
Fish also have cloacas. I'm not positive about amphibians.
What race was Tali in Mass Effect?
In Mass Effect, just fuckable.
Fuckable?
Yeah, that's who I romanced.
The fuckable race of spacesuits.
She was my waifu. Which is weird because I'm all about that face and you don't see... maybe that was it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like...
She's sweet.
Maybe
she's by far the sweetest character
She
in the
is,
game.
but that wasn't it. I think I just wanted to see... Like, I was just holding out. I think it was like, if I romance her... You gotta see her face.
Yeah, you got to. You gotta see what's under that
You gotta see
suit.
what's under there.
She looks human enough.
I'm also a gambler.
I'm a gambler. I don't wear condoms.
No.
I'm a gambler.
No, that is true. Oh, so that made me really worried when Nikki was throwing up yesterday.
There you go. All right.
He was like, oh, cool. So it actually makes me a monster because when she didn't feel well today, I was like, yeah, probably stomach bug. Ooh, you've been feeling like this all day? You have? Great.
Yeah,
good. Excellent.
Good.
Phew, let's keep it that way. We were just actually having a conversation. Henry will appreciate this when he's old enough and listens. He's going to listen to all of this, I'm positive. The other day where she's like, I can't believe at one point in time I wanted 3 kids. And I was like, yeah, now you just want 1, right? And she's like, yeah, pretty much. I'm like, yes. Excellent. Excellent. 1's fucking hard, dude. I do not know how you do 4
4
kids.
yeah.
I do not fucking know how you do it.
Well, when you drop in when 1 was like 13, like it's much easier.
That's easier.
It's much easier.
Yeah. Whew. Because I can't imagine.
Because Melissa's done an amazing job.
Yeah.
Raising 3 girls.
Yes.
So, like, for me coming to that situation, all the hard work was done. I just got to reap her benefits of having 3 wonderful children.
None of those 3 girls want to see people's heads on fire.
No, just mine. Just mine. Cloacas.
Cloacas. Yeah, I had this moment where it's like, how the fuck did we get here? Cloacas. Yeah, that is how we got here.
It's Kirby, one multi-purpose hole.
Yes, exactly. A multitasker. As Alton Brown would probably, he'd be very proud that I called Kirby's butthole mouth a multitasker. It could do so many things. So many things. You don't want a unitasker.
You don't want a unitasker.
No, you don't want that unitasker.
There's only one allowed in the kitchen.
What is that?
It's your fire extinguisher.
The fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. Did I tell you we missed Alton Brown at Dragon Con? That's a huge bummer, man. Because it was like that. I have never seen Nikki like more excited for something at Dragon Con than that.
Yeah.
And we waited in line for an hour. And we didn't get in by like, I don't know, man. Like we could see the end of the line. Like we could see the door. And it's like, I think I counted it. It was like, we were like 8 or 6 away.
Fuck.
And it was just like, I felt so bad because it's like, Nikki has never has she been at Dragon Con other than when Will Wheaton was there and she wanted to meet the sexy little boy.
Yeah.
No other, like she has never been that excited about something at Dragon Con before. She's usually very much like, just going to go with the flow, probably nap. And treat this as like a vacation kind of thing. But Alton Brown, she wanted to do it. We missed it. So if you're listening, which I know you are, Alton. Let me just keep mispronouncing
Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown.
Mr. Eats.
Yeah. First name good, last name eats. His brother bad eats is he is not good. At all. There is one other area, one other door you can unlock, and that is a warp station where you can ride a star to any level where you've also unlocked the warp station. So it's a shortcut essentially. If you wanted to get to like zone 1 to 6 without going from door to door to door to door to door all the way through all the levels, you could take a shortcut.
Okay, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. You're bringing it back.
You have any achievements?
I do. I have some achievements.
Or anything else to say about this game? I should probably ask that first before I jump into achievements.
We already said we think it belongs on the NES Classic. Let's see. I've got a little bit of trivia.
Yeah.
And also one more thing to talk about that kind of goes along with the bonus stages. I think this is really cool. And this is also one of those things where it's like this game, it reinforces the fact that this game just tries to give you as many lives as possible. At the end of every stage, there is a little bonus stage.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Where you try to launch Kirby. Kirby stands on the platform that is moving, and it's kind of moving like a slingshot. You know how you like pull like the elastic back in a slingshot, and then you hit the button at the right moment, and it flings Kirby up. And there's like 7 platforms, and if you get to the very top platform, you are rewarded with a 1-up. If you get anything below that, you get points, I think, which who cares?
Nonsense. You get nothing.
It's bullshit. Yeah, you get nothing. Good day, sir. There is actually, I never was able to do this, nor did I know it was a thing before today. But they have an Easter egg, I guess, in the game where if you do that bonus mode and you hit the 7 levels in a row, like in order, like you finish a stage, hit platform 7, next stage hit 6, next one do 5, and go all the way to the top, you get 30 lives.
Damn. Okay.
So I think that's kind of neat that they like kind of like put something special in there like that.
That's cool.
The names of all the levels are the first letter of every level spells out VIBGYOR, which is Roy G. Biv backwards. So the colors of the rainbow.
All right, that's
which is
cool.
another thing where it's like I guess they did it because the last stage is the Rainbow Resort.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Just little stuff like that. I mean, this game pays attention to detail, and I think that is the best thing about this game is how much detail is stressed.
I'm with you.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Let's do some achievements.
You want to do the achievements?
Yeah.
I have. So what I normally do during the stream is open up the floor to achievement suggestions. Got 35 of them this time, which is very good. I've narrowed it down to 5 achievements. That's my cap. 5 achievements. First achievement: eatin' ain't cheating. Credit to Edgelord Kyle. To unlock Eatin' Ain't Cheatin', you need to eat 10 enemies in a single stage. Very doable. Next achievement I've got. You might notice a little theme in the ones that I picked. Next achievement: 2 in the pink. In order to unlock 2 in the pink, you need to eat 2 enemies at once because you have 2 enemies going inside your pink monster. Credit to Dropmaster Drewski for that. I've got third achievement. Credit goes to Ruby Baron Paul Kluel of the Loaded Cart podcast. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Curb being spelled Kirb. In order to unlock Curb Your Enthusiasm, you need to kill all of the bosses. Fourth achievement: the Meta-ist Knight. And in order to unlock the Meta-ist Knight, you need to defeat Meta Knight in the sword fight to end all sword fights. And I wanted to include that because I wanted to make sure, I wanted to remember to talk about the sword fight because I think it is a memorable moment in the game. Credit goes out to Zaunop for that on Twitch. Last achievement I've got is Nightmare Fuel. And in order to unlock Nightmare Fuel, you have to unleash Nightmare with the Star Rod. So it's a story achievement that happens naturally. Credit goes to Xander for that one. Also, that reminded me when I was talking about remembering the sword fight. As much as I like Kirby, and I think Kirby games are fun and good, the big problem I have with Kirby games is they blend together for me.
Yep.
They blend together, and I think it's because I just kind of go through them really quick, and because I go through them quick, it doesn't stick with me because I'm not doing like, it's not like Ghosts and Goblins where I'm doing the same level for 45 minutes, you know, where it's like, oh, I know this level. Like I remember, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, because I beat the game, I think in like 5 hours, which I hate to say this because it's a well-made game, but it's like a perfect rental. Like as a kid, like this would have been the perfect rental because it's like, yeah, you can pick this up on a Friday and return it, you know, Sunday night as we were one to do when we were children and have this motherfucker just completely done. Yeah. Do you have any achievements?
I've got 3.
What you got?
The first one being Size Queen.
Nice.
And you get that by, because I mentioned that in the stream. That's when you get the big Kirby in the claw game.
Yes, I love it.
Another one, Gianna Michaels. You unlock Gianna Michaels when you inhale 3 enemies at the same time.
Okay.
Just Google Gianna Michaels blow bang. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh no, I'll have it in the show notes. What was it again?
And then my last one I have is Nancy Kerrigan. And you unlock Nancy Kerrigan when you beat down a walrus with the sword.
I thought it was going to be the...
Not to say Nancy Kerrigan is a walrus, but that's the ice skating enemy.
She's the nicest walrus.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen her recently, so I don't know.
No, I haven't seen her since she hosted SNL. Like,
oh wow,
way back in the day.
Wow, I remember that.
I've seen Tanya Harding more than I've seen Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah, she might literally be a walrus. And I don't mean that like in a derogatory.
Like the sexiest walrus.
She might have gone through a walrus transformation, and I wouldn't have any fucking idea. Like the movie Tusk, which I haven't seen, but I've heard about.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a Kevin Smith horror movie that I really wanted to see and never did, where a man gets turned into a walrus. Like he gets lured into a man's house and the man captures him and is like, I'm going to turn you into a walrus, and then does that thing.
Okay.
It's like a human centipede thing, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But instead of like, you know.
That should be like a Santa Claus sort of curse where he just slowly turns into a walrus.
Oh, I lured you here. You're the walrus now. Later, bitch. I'm going to go to Olive Garden. Enjoy your walrus house. Do you have any other achievements?
That's it. That's all I got.
I got some questions for you.
Fuck yes.
A bunch of questions.
Yes.
Are you ready for a bunch of questions? Are you ready to blow bang your way out of this episode?
Give it to it. Yes.
First question, Tyler. I want to know, how much is this game on price charting?
I feel like, Kirby's prolific, but like this came out in 93. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's got to be, it can't have been selling super well.
Yeah, you would think.
I would think. I could be wrong. So I'm gonna
it makes sense.
I'm gonna middle it at $11.
$11. Tyler, actual price of Kirby's Adventure loose on pricecharting.com at the time of this recording is $17.83. I feel like you were on the right track.
I thought about going 17, but I also thought about going 22. So
your logic was there, and like as you were like saying your logic out loud, I was like, okay, he's gonna go like $30, which I wouldn't be surprised because I have no idea how many units of these were made.
Yeah,
and especially with it coming out so late, like you said. Do you have any idea what it costs new?
$95.
Very good. $99.88. Very, very close. And I do believe they had one for sale. I picked it up for you.
Oh.
Because I know you liked it so much.
I do.
It's signed by Gianna Michaels. It's her personal copy.
Someone has drawn a Sharpie over the picture of Kirby to look like her on the box.
Right, they just drew tits, essentially, on Kirby. That's all. They tried. Kirby actually ends up looking like Mega Man from the Mega Man 1 box art. I've got a couple other questions for you, Tyler. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would you give it?
I have to give this sort of the gelatinous frill beard of one Osmosis Jones.
Osmosis Jones? Man.
Just because they're amoebas.
Okay. Have you ever seen Osmosis Jones?
I have not.
I haven't either. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's go to the farmer's market and try to catch bombs and eggs in our mouth while we watch Osmosis Jones on our phones. I didn't even mean to make that rhyme.
Oh, but it's perfect. Now we have to do it.
That was Eddie Murphy, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
I'm pretty sure that was Eddie Murphy thing. I feel like that was like the point where people were like, "Oh, he's done."
Okay, now okay. We see what's going on. Okay, way to be raw, Eddie.
I think he just, gay bashed enough on the stand-up specials. He's like, I think I need to do Osmosis Jones. Osmosis? Osmosis Jones. The mossiest, the meat.
Osmosis Jones.
I need to do Osmosis Jones to like just cleanse the palate a little bit. You know what I've heard actually on IMDb? That Osmosis Jones is just one big gay joke.
Yeah, I see it. Now that you say that, it's crystal clear.
Tyler, I've got another question for you. If you were to give this game a pair of glasses, that sums up how you feel about it. What kind of glasses would you give it?
I would have to give this the rarely seen spectacles, but from a show that reminds me a lot of Kirby, which is the
Frasier.
Yeah, he does look. God, I've seen that sketch where it looks like if Kirby had absorbed Frasier Crane. He's got like a little mullet.
That exists?
I feel like I've seen that somewhere.
Oh, God. Yeah, we need to find that.
But a show that kind of reminds me of Kirby, which would be the rarely seen glasses you see on Eureka in Eureka's castle.
Oh, shit. I don't remember her glasses.
She will occasionally put on glasses when she's like reading out of a spell book or something like that. Because Eureka's castle reminds me a lot of Kirby. It's just
really just because it's cartoon.
The characters, the cartooniness, the colors. I don't know. They feel very similar to me.
I think Taryn will probably like that reference that you just dropped because I know she's a big Eureka's Castle fan.
Because as of just a few days ago, Eureka's Castle debuted 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my sister watching that. And for some reason, I can't remember exactly why. Because it was a GIF about Steve from Blue's Clues saying something about tossing salad. And it was like, when I saw that GIF, it was like, oh my God. Like seeing something like I remember my sister watching when she was a kid and realizing that it's like standard definition. And it's just like, we are all going to die one day. This is all just like a flicker.
Dust in the wind.
Yep. I mean, every single one of us is just a candle just waiting to be snuffed out.
We're all just Netscape navigators fucking lost in time.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Which I had a weird memory just float up into my head the other day of like right when Brandon and I had just gotten into the internet.
Brandon of Axelay fame.
Brandon of Axelay fame.
Back when you were on Palace Chat.
Yeah, exactly. It's during this time,
dude. I can't believe I've never told you this before, and this doesn't belong on the podcast, but it doesn't matter. My creative director helped code for Palace Chat when it first came out. I know, man, it blew my mind. I wanted to be like, dude, I said so much bad shit on Palace Chat. It's crazy. I tried to cyber with so many quote unquote girls on Palace Chat. It was ridiculous, and it was funny because he was like,
"Can you get me some Tommy Hilfiger like shirts and jeans for my avatar?" Like if you code, like that'd be awesome.
That would have been. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna walk in tomorrow and be like, "Yo, dog, can you hook me up with all the fucking swag from South Park Palace Chat?
Can you get me like a Dr. Seuss hat to put on my character and like the newspaper that has a kitten on it and says kitty porn on it that you can hold in your hands?"
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. Oh, I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
What were you saying? Brandon's memory.
Right.
That I remember being like we had just gotten the internet and we were at church and we were talking to like at the time he was a young adult. He was probably in his late 20s, early 30s. He was like one of our Sunday school teachers, and Brandon and I were talking. We overheard him talk about just having gotten the internet. Brandon was like, "Oh man, hey dog, you're on the internet?" He's like, "Yeah, I am." He's like, "Oh, awesome. I gotta test you though. What search engine do you use?" And he went, "Yahoo." Brandon was like, "Oh yeah." He was giving like high fives and shit.
Not Ask Jeeves? Not Web Crawler?
Alta Vista? Yeah.
Alta Vista. Man, it's kind of crazy how like thinking about a pre-Google internet, like just thinking like that is very akin to me seeing the standard definition Blue's Clues, where it's like, oh yeah, there used to be things other than Google, huh? I can't. Other than like DuckDuckGo, I can't like name you another search engine that I've used in the last 10 years.
And I only use Yahoo whenever malware gets installed on my computer.
Right. Whenever you want it.
Or whenever I have to log in to play fantasy football. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yahoo's. I'm not a big Yahoo fan. Because it's like, hey, in order to do this fantasy football
Well, I guess
thing,
there's Bing too, but
yeah, I guess there is Bing, which is essentially like crowdsource search results. Is that right?
I have no idea.
I have heard a rumor.
They steal Google's algorithm, from what I understand.
Is that right? I've heard a rumor that Bing is really good for searching porn. And it probably is because the search results are kind of like crowdsourced, right? Because it's like, who am I going to trust to find porn for me? Google? Never. Well, actually, I take it back. You can click on videos. If you know exactly what you're looking for, click on that click on that videos link and then post it.
But you just want a buffet.
If you just, if you want a sample, exactly. You just want a little plate, like, oh, I'll take a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'll take a little bit of
Let's look for a new fetish.
Let's find something new. It's a scary buffet where the longer you're in there, the more likely you're going to come out changed.
I've hit my cap. Let's get worse.
Yeah, right? I feel like I need to take my perversion to a whole new level. Which, we're not going to get into that. I've done that many times. Many times. Never mind. I can't tell that story. maybe on a Patreon episode.
All right.
Maybe on a Patreon episode. And if I can get permission from Nikki.
Okay.
So what were we talking about? Frasier.
No, but my Brandon story, that's done.
Okay.
That's done. It's over. You got any more questions?
I do have like 10 more goddamn questions for you.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Are you ready?
I am.
I thought, okay, so a little warning before we get into this, okay? This is by far 100% the absolute darkest quiz I have ever constructed. This is not a joke. This is not, I'm serious. I got physically ill putting this quiz together because, believe it or not, there are a lot of grisly ass photographs that involve cannibalism on Wikipedia. A lot of them. And I guess I can post them in the show notes if you want to see them. But there are like, I was astounded by what was on there because I was like, this is just here on Wikipedia. Like there's just a table with a Russian family and like decapitated heads on there. On like just right in front of them. And there's like a kid, like, I don't know, like looks like he's scaling a fish, but it's a human. And it's like, what the fuck? And then there's all like black and white and grainy and shit. And it's like stuff you'd expect to find on like, the subreddit, like old school creepy, but it's like the next level of old school creepy.
Old school fucked up.
Old school, like, yeah, exactly. Like not safe for life. Old school, not NSFLW. NSFL, not safe for life work.
No, do not make this your life's work.
Please don't. Dave, please don't spend an hour browsing cannibalism photographs on Wikipedia while you put this quiz together. There's also another one.
You'll get aroused at some point, and wires are going to be crossed, and it's not going to be good.
You're dabbling. It's like the alarm going off in my mind. No. It's, yeah, exactly. It's like the dean from Community where it's like, this had better not awaken something inside of me. Like, that's the biggest fear, right? It's like, God, please don't, like, I don't want to see an image. I don't want to be going through and being like, oh, God, that one's not so bad. And then like I hit back and I'm like, well, you know what? That one's not so bad. Scaling a human probably be something Henry'd like to do.
Hitler didn't do anything wrong.
What's the big deal? So there's also another. I just want to flood your mind with imagery, if you don't mind. There's also this really amazing photograph on Wikipedia of some Finnish soldiers, I think in World War II, that are like, there's two of them, and they're like holding out stretched skins of like Russians that just like, they're like, yep, they ate the meat but left the skin.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's gross. So, are you ready to take this quiz?
Uh-huh.
Do you know why this is a cannibalism quiz?
Because it's Kirby?
Because it's Kirby. And Kirby, I don't think technically is a cannibal. He's pretty fucking close. He's the closest thing we've got in the Nintendo universe. I'm just saying that to get out in front of anybody saying Kirby's not a cannibal. He kind of is.
And if he were to eat Meta Knight, then he would be.
Right, exactly. Okay, so this is a quiz called the eating quiz. Are you ready?
Creepypasta-ish enough.
Yes. Well, the mood has been set.
Goodbye, both of you.
Goodbye, both of you. I'm going to eat you while you sleep. I'm going to crawl out of my crib, and me and under the bed, Henry, are going to come in and eat you.
Henry from the upside down.
Right. I wish I knew how to say Henry backwards. Let's try it right now.
Internet.
Henry. No, you're not. Don't eat me. All right. Statement number 1. We're doing this Dave style. I know you listened to last podcast on the left, and I don't know how often they've dipped into cannibalism.
Only when a serial killer does it.
Okay. So you're going to get at least 2 or 3 of these.
Okay.
All right. Statement number 1. Only 48. Some of these are also very long.
Okay.
Just want to let you know.
Give it to me.
Because I honestly, I did fall down the cannibalism rabbit hole, and it's like, oh, this is interesting. This question is actually a paragraph. Also, I'd like to move that this podcast exclusively become a cannibalism podcast. I feel like we've already hit, we've already gotten as good as we're going to get as far as like a video game podcast. So I feel like we need to take this in a darker direction.
All right.
Cannibalism podcast.
Yeah.
But think of a good name.
TADCOM.
What, Tyler and Dave cannibalize other men?
Yeah.
All right, Tyler, statement number 1. Strap in for the dark journey. Only 48 out of the 87 people in this group of California-bound migrants survived their trip by eating the dead for survival in the year of 1847.
Ask that again.
Only 48 out of the 87 people in this group of California-bound migrants survived their trip, and they did so by eating the dead for survival in 1847.
So name the group of the migrants?
Name the group of people.
Fuck, I have no clue.
A joke could be made that they had an excellent dinner party.
I don't know.
The Donner Party. Have you heard of the Donner Party?
Oh,
well,
I probably have, but nothing's clicking.
They essentially got hit with a weird snowstorm and like a freak snowstorm, and they just ate each other because they needed to live.
Okay.
Which is also, let me share a little something I learned about cannibalism. That is called necro-cannibalism, is when you eat someone a human who is already dead.
Okay.
There we go. We're off to a great start for a new cannibalism podcast. All right, statement number 2. This 1972 chartered flight crashed in the Andes while carrying 45 people. After facing starvation in the remote snow-packed mountains, the last 16 survivors cut up the bodies of the dead passengers into bite-sized strips and then dried them in the sun to be eaten for more than 2 months after the crash. Every part of the human body that could be eaten was eaten.
Who?
Who did that? Who did that thing?
Am I naming the flight?
You can name whatever you want, but yeah, I'm looking for the flight. But there's a few other names that our judges, our panel of judges will accept. Paula Abdul is one of those judges. She left that other show to join ours. American
HBO's Lost.
HBO's Lost. Oz Lost. That is, I don't know how to say this. I know how to say Uruguay, so I'm going to say Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571, or as it's known, the Andes flight disaster. Part of that crew was like an entire rugby team and their families. I know, man. It was like a chartered flight and everything. Like, can you imagine? I can't.
So we're not flying or going to California.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere, man. I'm not going anywhere. Number 3. You ready? The sky is blue and all the leaves are green. That's the hint. An American prospector who attempted to travel through Colorado mountains during the peak of winter in 1874. He left with 5 men only to reach civilization alone, where he confessed to cannibalism during his snowbound state in order to survive. He claimed that his party members killed each other to eat one another, but his story was called into question. He hid from justice for 9 years, like an innocent man does. before he was tried, convicted of murder, and sentenced to death. He did win retrial and was eventually sentenced to 40 years in prison for manslaughter. I personally know him from Matt Stone. I personally know him.
Mm-hmm.
We met.
Yeah.
We met in a dream in Henry's room under Henry's crib. I know this person from Matt Stone and Trey Parker's 1993 musical, Cannibal, the musical.
I remember seeing that with you and Brian, but like, there's no way I could tell you his name.
Alfred Packer. Alfred Packer. Number 4. You know, I think it's good that you're not nailing these cannibalism questions. I think that's a good thing. Number 4. Also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, this serial killer and sex offender committed the rape, murder, and dismemberment of 17 men and boys between the years 1978 and 1991. Many of his later murders involved cannibalism.
Well, that can only be
Drumroll,
Jeffrey
please.
Dahmer.
Ding, 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 Jeffrey Dahmer. That needs to be a sound drop. All right, number 5.
He did it all extremely drunk. Because he had been an alcoholic his whole life, and one of his tactics was to outdrink his victims.
Oh,
yeah.
damn. That's like some spider's web kind of shit. You're going to get this one too. I know you are for sure. Because as I was doing is like, I know all the serial killer ones Tyler's got because he listens to Last Podcast on the Left. We're plugging them because they love our show. They told us personally.
Yeah.
They're like, oh God, we wish our show could be like yours.
We are one step away from them.
How do you mean?
Jacob knows Henry Zabrowski.
Really? Did I know that?
He did your Pretty Little Faces Going to Hell with him.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right. Well, there we go. Number 5, Tyler. You actually told me about this serial killer, I think on this very show. I could be wrong. This serial killer was also known as the Gray Man, the Werewolf of Wisteria, the Brooklyn Vampire, the Moon Maniac, and the Boogeyman. He was a child rapist and cannibal who boasted that he, quote, had children in every state, unquote. He was executed by electric chair in 1936.
Put needles and shit in his asshole. Oh, fuck.
Well, that's the most normal thing
Oh, yeah.
that I've compared to any of this.
Oh, fuck. What is his name? Damn it.
I have children in every state and a needle in every orifice in my body.
Yep. Oh, give me a hint. I can't think of his name.
This type of creature has a cloaca. Speaking of holes with which you could put needles in.
Oh, man.
It's the last creature that I mentioned has a cloaca that lives underwater all the time.
Albert Fish.
Albert Fish. Ding, 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 ding. Correct. Good job. Tyler, number 6. Let's lighten things up a little bit.
Yeah, all right.
These 2 German children were kidnapped by a cannibalistic witch living deep in a house constructed of cake and confectionery deep in the forest.
Hansel and Gretel.
That is correct. That is Hansel and Gretel. Very good. And you said it way better than I did. Number 7. Are you enjoying this quiz?
Yeah.
This Titan castrated and overthrew his father and ruler of the universe, Uranus. After learning that his own sons were destined to overthrow him, he devoured all of his children in an attempt to prevent the prophecy.
Oh, shit. Because he eats all of them but Zeus.
Correct.
Fuck. His weapon is a scythe that was used to cut up his own body.
Correct.
Man. And I can't think of his name.
Would you like a hint?
Yep.
Think about time.
Cronus.
Cronus is correct. We also would have...
Kronos.
I think it's spelled Kronos, but I think it's pronounced Kronos.
Because he's the main villain in the first 5 Percy Jackson novels.
Oh, really? We also would have accepted Saturn. Saturn in Roman mythology. Number 8, very good, Tyler. A Canadian sculptor and artist who publicly first ate the flesh of another person in 1988. Because England does not have a specific law against cannibalism, he legally ate a canapé? Is that how you say that?
Canape.
Canapé.
An appetizer.
An hors d'oeuvre of donated human tonsils. He ate this in public in London. When he tried, a year later in London, he publicly ate a slice of human testicle. When he tried to do the same thing in Vancouver, the testicle was confiscated and he was charged with publicly exhibiting a disgusting object. Eventually, this charge was dropped and he ate that testicle on the steps of the Vancouver courthouse.
Tony's Uncle Wayne.
Tony's Uncle Wayne. Is it on the board?
Bah!
Ding! Number 4 answer. The number 1 answer is Rick Gibson. That is one I did not expect anybody to get. I didn't know that, but it was too good of a fucking story to not fucking tell.
Melissa and I have watched so much Family Feud recently.
Oh, really?
Because we've been watching Family Feud and Match Game because they're all on Amazon Prime.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How, like the old Family Feuds?
Old ones.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Richard Dawson kissing everybody.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
I didn't know those were on there. I might stop streaming.
Restrain yourself watching Match Game.
You know,
Play along with everybody.
I'm not going to lie. Because of a movie I heard about on a podcast called 30-2010, which is part of the Laser Time Network, I was turned on to a movie called, oh God, what was it called again? Hell Comes to Frogtown, which is another good ass, I assume it's good, but it's another Rowdy Roddy Piper joint, like They Live, where he plays a guy named Hell, and he literally goes to a town with frog people in it, and kills a bunch of them. And it's like the moment I knew this, because I didn't know this was a thing. And it's like, I want to watch this, and I want to watch this with fellow TADPOGladites. Mm-hmm. So maybe once we're done watching that, we can do Family Feud.
Fuck yeah.
Number 9, Tyler, you're doing extremely well. Number 9. You can still, you're still in this game. You can still win it. Also known as the Rotenburg Cannibal, this German, I've butchered that. That's not how you say it. The Rotenburg Cannibal, this German computer repair technician achieved international notoriety after killing and eating a voluntary victim whom he had found via the internet. After he and the victim jointly attempted to eat the victim's severed penis, he killed his victim and proceeded to eat a large amount of his flesh.
I feel like I've heard this story, but I don't know his name.
Armin Mivas. This
I don't know if I've heard that or not.
is scary because it happened after the internet was a thing. So
yeah.
That's what's scary. I mean, all of it is scary, but like that is the scariest thing where it's like, oh, this happened in my lifetime. Of course it did, because they both ate the penis, right? I feel like if it was like an 1800s thing, only one of them would have eaten the penis. But it's like, I don't know, man. I mean, we're very big in the vor community. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, we are now.
Number 10, Tyler, the last question on the eating quiz. A cannibal monster or evil spirit native to the northern forests of the Atlantic coast and Great Lakes region of the United States and Canada. It may appear as a monster with characteristics of a human or a spirit who has possessed a human being and not a human being and made them become monstrous. It is historically associated with cannibalism and lends its name to a controversial modern medical term for a culture-bound syndrome with symptoms such as an intense craving for human flesh and fear of becoming a cannibal.
A Wendigo?
A Wendigo is correct.
Just
Also,
because of
X-Men
Until
villain.
Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
Because I watched Brainy watch Markiplier play through that
I
whole
love
game.
that. There's so many levels. That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
I don't know about you,
That was good.
but I enjoyed that.
That was educational.
That was well worth the hour I spent putting that together. Like, I just fell down that fucking rabbit hole, man, where it was just like, who else ate somebody? Oh, look how this guy did it. This is great. He did it to like make an artistic statement. I mean, I guess. That guy, the guy who ate the testicles publicly, Rick Gibson, also
Gibson Guitars. Same guy.
Gibson Guitars.
Gibson.
Turns people into Gibson guitars. I was also known for making
Or is it Gibson? I don't know.
Gibson. Also known for making earrings out of fetuses.
Ooh. All right.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Well, we're way long.
Good. Cool. So you want to take calls?
Nope.
Okay.
Because I've got to go to the bathroom.
But I got a new cable and everything. We got a new cable.
That's true.
I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm kidding. We should end it so you can use the bathroom.
Yep. Sorry.
So you can go eat a human.
That hot sauce ran right through me. Ran through me.
I see your rock hard erection poking through your lap pillow.
Lifting up the table.
Just pour a little hot sauce on there.
Pour it in there.
Yeah, just make a little hot dog.
I can taste the pineapple in it. Thanks for listening, everybody. You found the show on.
Don't worry. I hope you eat it.
iTunes, not SoundCloud anymore. So iTunes, Stitcher, and now
YouTube.
almost half our episodes. I think executive producer Janie put up around 200. So
thank you
on YouTube.
Thank you, executive producer Janie. We really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, please, we urge you to. We need like 100 to get like a custom URL.
Yeah. Hey, do you have hot stuff you want to send us? Because thank you again, Joey. That was fucking great.
Thank you, young Padawan Joey.
Yeah. You can send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, PO Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. I've got an Instagram, TADPOG_podcast. I need to put some stuff on there. And if you want a shirt, we got TADPOG shirts. Shirts. There you go.
Thank you for indulging me.
That's shirts.tadpog.com.
Yes.
The exclusive link to Amazon where the only place you can get a non-bootleg shirt.
Bootleg shirts aren't cool. Like, I mean, everyone told you that they are cool, but they're not. I mean, they are, but as long as they're not ours.
I mean, yeah, they're cool as long as we're not like a mega corporation.
Yeah, they're cool. Right, exactly. As long as they're Simpsons related, they're really cool. Yeah. or Garfield. You can find us on Facebook if you want. Just search for TADPOG. Give us a like. Even if you're not on Facebook, make an account and like us on Facebook. How about that? You can also find us on Twitter. We are at TADPOG_podcast. I done goofed and forgot to tweet our episode announcement for this past week. So sorry about that. We promised we did an episode on Kid Icarus, but you wouldn't have known if you only follow us on Twitter. So I'm going to do a good job this week and make sure to put this cannibal episode all over the internet. So thank you, everybody, for retweeting and all that good stuff. You can also give us a call if you want at 270-883-2555. We got a new cable to connect my phone to the soundboard, so now we can do the things again without having static and blowing our eardrums out. We're also on Patreon. Hey, did you enjoy this? Did you enjoy all of this talk about blowbangs and cannibalism, the skins of German soldiers? Did you enjoy all that? If you did and would like to reward us with money, you can do that at patreon.com/tadpog. If you donate like $1, that gets you access to a monthly bonus episode and all of the bonus episodes that we've done in the past, where I promise we do get, I'd say probably a little more blue than we do on the regular show.
Yep, yeah, I would certainly agree.
Probably a fair statement. The most recent one we did was the year in review with Wizen Sage Ian and Captain Gunner John Turley, where we are all drunk. So there you go. If you want to do that, if you want to catch that, go to patreon.com. I'd like to thank Sean Reynolds from Patreon for recently increasing his pledge. Thank you, Sean. We really appreciate it. And Logan Burrell. Logan, thank you very much for increasing your donation.
Hell yeah.
It is our New Year's resolution to come up with new rewards for those of you who are donating more than the $1, because there are a lot of you who are doing that, and you deserve more stuff. Extra stuff.
Yep.
So it is, Tyler and I have talked about, this is our resolution.
Our official.
Yeah, it's official. We're committed to it. We're going to figure out more rewards for you guys. Next up, we're talking about Mario Brothers. That is the next game alphabetically on the NES Classic. Mario Brothers.
Not Super
Mario Brothers.
That mini game you played in Mario 3 whenever someone will try to pass you and you're playing 2-player.
Yep.
That thing.
That one. We're going to have lots of game content, I'm sure, to talk about.
Oh, man, yeah. Ooh.
I joke, but I'm sure I'll come prepared with a bunch of dry, boring-ass Mario trivia for everybody. But maybe I'll have a quiz about child abduction at the end.
We're just general plumbing.
Oh, there we go. All right. Perfect. I'm going to learn about plumbing. I'm going to interview a grandmaster plumber and learn about valves and flaps and
So
shit.
when did you jam plumbing? Exactly.
Right, yeah. See, how long did you unattended macro to get this to 100?
How many pipe bombs did you have to make to get your plumbing to 100?
Exactly. Let's be realistic. All my questions would be about how much poop have you seen? Were you ever like just installing a toilet and then like just a bunch of poop came out
And
of
you're
it?
like, ick.
Yuck.
Man, gross.
Not a fan. It'll be, okay, fine. Scatological quiz. Is it all Scatman Carruthers related questions?
Or our theme song is Moves. A link to that can be found in the show notes at tadpog.com.
Yes.
Move.Sycamore Drive. Did I say that or just say Moves? Move.Sycamore Drive.
Yes.
How you want to close this one out, Dave?
Like a favorite cannibal.
Okay.
It's hard to have a favorite cannibal.
All right, it's true.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. Tropical Capricorn. Who are you?
The cannibal that from Red Dead Redemption that John Marston has to help.
Yeah, the guy in the graveyard?
Yeah.
The necro cannibal.
Yeah.
I was Rudy, my D&D character from your game. He was a cannibal.
Fuck yeah, he was. Cannibal, he's cannibal. Bonesmith. You gonna test? Am I looking good? Saying words into a microphone to make waves on a computer go up and down. So.
Yeah. Is that pretty much how you're going to talk?
I don't know.
Talk how you think you're going to talk.
I mean, I want to say I'm going to talk like this.
Uh-huh.
Thinking I don't know. Probably about like this.
Okay.
Depending on how energized I get.
Right. How energized do you think you're going to get?
Probably about like this.
Probably
I mean, about like this right here is probably the max is going to get.
So like somewhere between Chris Rock and Gilbert Gottfried?
Yep.